Japan are hosting Singapore. We have already seen how the first two matches went. We'll come back on that later. But focusing first on viewers watching cricket, we all know how cricket is the second most and the most loved sport in the Asian continent. And we just want to greet you because it will be morning for some, it will be mid afternoon for some. So I just wanted to have a chance to greet everyone watching this game number 3, which is going to be exciting. We've already seen that Japan have won the toss and elected to bat in the previous two matches. We saw once it was Singapore who won the toss and they elected to bowl, and then it was Japan who won the toss and they elected to bowl first. It was Singapore who elected to bat in the first innings, and then Japan won the toss and they elected to bowl. So both the times we saw Japan bowling in the first innings, and we already saw how well they did in succumbing this Singapore side to a low target, and it was quite easy for Japan to chase it. Today, we are seeing a bit of a variation. Japan, who won the toss this time, have elected to bat. So we'll see something new. But before diving in more, let's just have a go through over the starting 11 of both these sides. Of course, first I will go with the team hosting. It is the Japan women players: Ahilia Chandel, Akari Nishimura, Elena Kusudanayan, Hinase Goto, Kurumiota, Mei Yanagida, Meg Ogawa, Nonona Yasumoto, Rino Morita, Si Kasumi, and Shimako Kato. Talking about the Singapore women players, it is Charlotte Boyle, Devika Galia, Ella Angerman, G.K. Divya, Ishita Shukla, Johanna Puranakaran, Lasya Bomareddy, Piyumi Gurusinghe, Roshni Ramesh Seth, Shafina Mahesh, and Vinu Kumar. Also, welcome everyone and the viewers on the fan code app in this Indian subcontinent. Well, on the screen, you have the starting 11 of both these sides, Japan and Singapore. Not many changes from the starting two games. Japan and Singapore both mostly with the same players, and this is the playing 11 of both these sides. Well, as I was speaking about the starting two games, so I just wanted to go through on the same. Let's see, we are on the same page. So, yeah, in the first T20, it was Singapore who made 53 runs. It was Japan who had won the toss and they elected to bowl. Quite a great strategy. And Japan won by 9 wickets. One of the highlights was that Kurumiota achieved her 46th wicket in that game. So it was quite an achievement for the young girl, and it was quite an achievement for Japan cricket as a whole. So she needed just one more wicket to become Japan women's highest ever wicket taker, and she definitely got it in the first 20 T20 international between Japan and Singapore on the 1st of October. Then talking about the second T20, so it was Singapore who were succumbed to 76. It was Japan who needed 77 to win. They completed it in 9.1 overs. It was Oda who scored 52 runs of 34. It was such a thumping victory for Japan in the second T20 as well. But another highlight was that Mei Yanagida needed two more appearances to become Japan's most capped player. And in the first T20 international and the second T20 international against Singapore, she made her 75th appearance and has surpassed everyone in Japan's cricket, men and as well as women. So, congratulations, Mei Yanagida and Kurumiota, for your achievements. And here we are in the third T20. The first ball is already delivered. It was just a single. And Japan have already opened up with Nishimura and Yanagida. And Puranakarai is the bowler for Singapore. And here comes the second delivery now. It's straight and it is touched, and she tells the partner to not make the run. It is a dot ball for Japan. We are in the first over. Well, talking about both the starting T20s, we saw how well Japan played and displayed their strategy, as they were the team who were bowling first, and they managed to succumb Singapore in such a low target. But now that they have chose to bat first, let's see what they will do, because we have already seen them in the second innings batting so well and losing just one wicket in both the T20 international that we have witnessed against Singapore. So remains how well they will continue forward, because I believe it will be a tough game between both these sides. But Japan, since they are batting first, will have more opportunity to score a high target that will be tough for Singapore to chase. This is the fifth delivery now, Puranakarai, and once again it is tapped and defended well by Yanagida. So it is the final ball of the first over, and it's straight, it's in the air, and oh, she drops it. That could have been a big wicket for Singapore if Yanaguda would have been dismissed, but she gets a lifeline here. And in the first over, Japan have made just a single. We are in the power play, so definitely Japan will try everything possible to go forward, and they have done it, of course, because we have seen in the second innings of the starting two T20 internationals. You would think that I'm bringing that up constantly, but the way they batted out against Singapore, they will continue to do so in the third match as well. So Puranakarai has delivered her first over, and now it is going to be the second over. Let's see who is the bowler this time for Singapore. It's Divya, as he she hits it in between the gully and the point, but it was a low shot as it traveled just a bit. They take a single yet again, Nishimura, and Yanagida back on strike against Divya. Well, this Japan team have quite some exciting prospects in their team, and I would just like to mention some of them. There is Ailya Chandil. We've already seen her perform in the first two T20s. Of course, their record breakers, as I mentioned earlier, Mei Yanagida, who has been a force to reckon with, Shimaku Kato, all their starting 11 and even their substitutes are such an exciting prospects in the team. And not just about Japan women's, the way Japan is improving in cricket, because as I was going through an article, and Japan Association, it is the Japan Cricket Association who have published it, and they have mentioned that they are in the current strategy in between 2023 to 2027 with the title as Kaika Time to Flourish. And they state that by 2027, cricket will be recognized as a sport flourishing in Japan, attracting new fans, participants, and partners through competing on the world stage, reaching new audiences, creating social value for all, and providing professional opportunities. And that shows the way Japan is progressing forward and wants to promote this sport. And cricket, as you all know, as we I have mentioned in the earlier instance as well that it is the second most followed sport in the world, and in the Asian continent it is ranked first because we Asians we usually watch cricket a lot. So Japan, we have already seen what they have done with other sports. They have drastically changed and drastically improved and soared high in different, and cricket also moving in the same direction. So that is it. End of the second over. Japan 4 for no loss. Nishimura at 3 in 4 and Yanagida 1 in 8. And here comes the third over. Oh, it was a great leg spin. And Shimura needs to be careful at this point of time. Puranakarai with her second over in this innings. This time she tries to hit it towards the leg side. Good fielding, and they managed to take a single here. And this might be a no ball. And she has hit it exceptionally well, and it travels for a boundary. So first boundary in the innings, and it is hit by none other than Mei Yanagida. Brilliant hit. She got the perfect ball and she replied it exceptionally well towards the leg side. Off it travels for a four. Great hit by Mei Yanagida, the captain of the team. And this time, once again, she has picked up the ball in the air, but there is a fielder down. She catches it safely, and it will just be another single for Japan. Well, they couldn't take advantage of the free hit, but none other than that, they have taken advantage of the no ball. It was a perfect hit by Mei Yanagida to put it out of bounds. Here comes. Oh, is that a wicket? Singapore picked the first wicket. It is Nishimura who has to travel back, and Japan loses their first wicket. Let's see on the replay what exactly happened there. It went in between the pad and the bat, and it struck the wicket. First wicket gone down for Japan and Singapore at this point of time. Jovial because they needed that first wicket, but nonetheless, here comes Japan's third batsman in the line, and she has to partner up with Yanagida. We are in the third over of this fixture, so let's see how Japan progresses forward considering they have lost their first wicket. Two more deliveries left to go in this over. It is Kato who is on strike. She defends it well. It is a good front foot defense as the ball travels on the offside. Nothing comes off. The first ball for Kato. Final ball of the third over. Well, I also wanted to take a moment and let the viewers know about the picturesque scene about the Sano International Ground. It is one of the best views I have seen personally. The location is exceptional and the weather also seems quite great for the competition. That was the end of the third over. We'll begin the fourth over now. So Divya back to bowl against Mai Yanagida. Straight ball. She tries to find it towards the off drive. They are looking for a run out. It will not be a run out as the umpire says. And they have successfully taken a single. Back again on strike is Kato. Third delivery of this over. Straight once again. A little shimmy towards the right hand side, but it was managed well by Kato. And this time she tries to hit it towards the mid off, but a fielder present by Singapore, and it will just be another dot. Well, it seems like Kato and Yanagida are looking for the field. Once they get settled, they will start hitting it out of the bounds. Once again, a straight ball. This time there is no spin there by Divya. Final ball of the fourth over. It is Kato still on strike. And she once again tries to hit it towards the mid off, and they take a single. It's good running in between the wickets. And the umpire nods his head that it is not a run out. So they have successfully taken a single. End of the fourth over. Japan 15 for 1. It is Kato at 3 in 7 and Maya Nagida at 7 in 11. They have brought in a new bowler. Charlotte Boyle is here. And this time it is targeted well and it has passed the first fielder, but second fielder behind catches the ball and they manage to take a single. There's Japan side. Kato and Yanagida standing tall for Japan at this point of time, trying to accumulate runs for this side. It goes behind. Is that a wide? Yes, says the umpire. It is definitely a wide. Well, we've already seen a no ball, and now this is an extra via a wide. Charlotte Boyle to deliver her second ball in this over. Straight once again, and the Japan team will not take the single. It was close towards the leg side. Well, I was speaking about the Japan's growing cricket culture, and we'll just have a look about their structure since we are witnessing the women's fixture. I'll just go through the GCA women's competition structure. They have the under 12, which is known as Cricket Blast, under 15 league, under 19 league, and they are also planning to hold individual female events and leagues in the future. It's coming back to the GCA men's competition structure. They have got the under 12 Cricket Blast, under 15 league, under 19 league, Japan Cup, Japan Cricket League, and Japan Premier League. So for the international selection of the Japan players, GCL and GPL are the most important. They have got some exciting G Bash as well. J Bash Social for beginners, J Bash Challenge for hardball beginners, and J Bash All Stars for best domestic players. But we'll have word about the same as we progress forward in the game. Let's focus on Charlotte Balls. Two more deliveries left to go. This time it is hit towards the point fielder there, and they just managed to take a single. Final ball of the over for Charlotte Boyle. And here comes Charlotte Boyd. And she misses the shot, Kato. And that brings us to the end of the fifth over. Japan, for one wicket down, have made 18 runs so far. Ishita Shukla, a new bowler coming in against the Japan side, and she delivers it into the center. She targets it towards the leg side, and Maya Nagida and Kato couldn't take the single. First ball goes for a dot. Seems like Singapore are trying new bowlers to try their spell against this tough Japan players, especially Maya Nagida, who is partnering up with Kato. Both these players can stand tall and can create runs for this side. Once again, targeted towards the leg side, fielder there. And it will be good running in between the wickets. It seems like it is two more runs that will be added on for this Japan side. Yes, they have successfully taken two more runs. Mai and Agita back on strike. It was good running in between by Kato and the captain. And Japan have reached the 20-run mark in the sixth over. Here is the third delivery. Oh, great touch in between, and it goes behind. Will it travel all the way? But what a great touch that was. And once again, great running in between the wicket. They have taken three runs here. And Kato and Yanagida making sure that if the ball doesn't travel out of bounds, out of the field, they manage to accumulate runs with those shots. And they have successfully done so. 5 runs so far in this over. And this is a full toss ball. And this time it is hit towards the mid on, travels and passes it on and goes all the way for yet another boundary coming in for Japan. And this over has been blessed so far for Japan, considering they have scored 9 runs. They have still got two more balls left. And Ishita Shukla will try to not give more runs to these Japan players. They're trying to take advantage of this once again, targeted in between the mid on and mid wicket, but this time the number 5 gets it, Johanna, and it is just a single. So the final ball will be played by the skipper of Japan. This is the final ball of the power play. Will they take a single here? It was shot towards the offside, and yes, they managed to take a single. End of the power play, end of the sixth over. Japan 29 for 1, and this over was better for the side. Singapore still struggling. They are still trying to get their second wicket because they got the first wicket in the early overs. It was a great wicket, and Hakari Nishimura was the one who had to travel back. But considering the second and the third wicket have partnered up well, Kato and Yanakida, and they are still trying to accumulate runs for this side. Let's see how well they do. But Singapore will keep trying on, will keep pushing on this Japan side, because we all know in the first two T20 internationals, Singapore couldn't gather that many runs, and it was a bit simple for Japan to get there and easily surpass the Singapore side. Considering they are batting now, Japan will try to give a high target to the Singapore side so that it will be tough for the Singapore team in the second innings to achieve or chase the target. Charlotte Boyle back again, delivers a second ball, and this goes again for a wide. And here comes Charlotte Boyle. This time straight, hit towards the leg side. It's traveling towards the square leg. It's just going to be a single. Yanagida back on strike. third delivery of this over. Deliver straight, it is well touched, and they will take a single here. Well, to be honest, Kato and Yanagida, with the way that they are running in between the wickets, they are showing their class, they're displaying it quite well because they had to make runs, they have to make runs in order for Singapore to have something to chase on to. And with those singles and those couple of runs that they are adding, it will be quite important for this Japan side. And that is all basically the game of cricket. You win if you manage to accumulate the most runs. That is what Japan will try to do. But a partnership is brewing between Yanagida and Kato. It was the offside, and she has hit it extremely well. Off it travels in between the cover and the extra cover, and off it travels for a boundary. Yet another boundary hit, and four more runs added on in the Japan scoreline. What a great shot that was in between the fielder and beyond the fielder then. This time towards the leg side. Fielder is trying to chase it down. She scampers and stops the ball. So that brings us to the end of the seventh over. And Japan trying to create something. Their second and third batsmen are doing well and are standing tall on the crease. Yanagida and Kato. Let's see how forward can they go and how difficult will they make Singapore's team life in the first innings. So far, they have done well after losing the first wicket, but there is still a long way to go. And Smriti Anand is the new bowler for Singapore. Well, they are bringing in new bowlers, trying their luck from different bowlers, and they're trying to get that variation. The Singapore side was a off spin delivery, and they have managed to take a single. Good running once again. And this will be another no ball. And it travels straight in the air. She drops it. And this will be definitely another no ball coming in for Japan. And they have a chance to hit it out of bounds, out of the field. It is Mai Yanagida, the batter. Let's see if she can take advantage of the free hit. She tries to come forward, but it was a good off spin. They just get a single, Japan. Straight delivery and back to the bowler. Oh, she couldn't catch it, and they managed to scrape a single. This is Japan's side. Back on strike is Mai Yanagida. She pushes it towards the offside, and off it travels for another boundary. Good shot by Kato, and four more runs will be added on. It was Maya Nagida, my bad, who hit it towards the offside, and it traveled past the fielder. Should have done better, but traveled all the way as it crossed the boundary line. Vinukumar to Kato. Straight, it's in the air. Will it be taken? Yes, it will be. Kato departs for Japan, and Singapore pick the second wicket in this innings. And this is definitely a big wicket for Singapore. She just hit it too much, and it just traveled in the air back to the bowler. And it is Kato who departs. New batsman coming in to partner alongside the skipper Maya Nagida. But Vinu Kumar picking up indeed a big wicket for Singapore. So it was the first ball of Vinu Kumar, and she has picked a big wicket. Let's see if she can hit the metal once again. Japan will be cautious a bit to not lose any more wickets. Second delivery here. Once again in the air. Oh, it just goes beyond the cover fielder. Nigmar yet again, this time it is pushed behind. Comes in as a dot ball. And this time towards with a square cut. And the ball's traveling and it travels for a four. Good hit by the skipper as she hit it in between the point and gully. It was a great cut in between the fielders as it traveled all the way, adding four more runs for the side. Japan building up quite nice. And one thing to notice is as long as Maya Nagida is present for Japan, they will have that stability because she provides that stability for the side and they can rely on her. Well, they take a single. This will be final delivery by Vinu Kumar, and it is well defended, and that brings us to the end of the over. Vinu Kumar picking up that big wicket of Kato, and she has done a good job for Singapore so far. So after 9 overs, Japan are 53 for 2, and in the first ball of Kumar, as she delivers her second over of this innings, they managed to take two more runs. Well, Maya Nagida at 28 in 28, and she is now being supported by Hinase Goto. And here comes Anand, a slight shimmy on the right as there was a bit of a spin there coming inside, but Yanagida plays it well. It's in the air and it is well struck by Yanagida, but there are fielders there present between the square leg and the mid wicket, and they are just managed to take a single. Goto back on strike for Japan. And with the way Japan are playing at this point of time, it will be tough for Singapore in the second innings because they've already struggled in the first two innings to create runs because Japan's bowling lineup is also quite strong because they have got some exceptional players who can take those wickets and constrain the opponents to a low target. And with Japan already making 56 in 10 overs in the ongoing 10th over with their skipper, and they have still got 8 wickets left. If they manage to cross 100 or 110, it will be really difficult for Singapore to chase it down. So, this is the final ball of the 10th over, and it is again a dot. So, that brings us to the end of the first half of the innings. It is Japan who have lost 2 wickets and have accumulated 56 runs so far. 10 more overs left to go. Let's see how Japan progresses forward. So we are back again for the final 10 overs of the first innings. It is Venu Kumar who will be playing a trade in this 11th over. Sliver straight and it travels towards the leg side. And the square leg fielder catches it. They manage to take two more runs. And Maya Nagida forcing and pushing her team to get those singles, to get those doubles in order for them to create more runs. Back again on strike is Yanagida. It's in the air once again, hit towards the full toss, and this will travel all the way. Well, she was looking for a shot in between the square leg and mid wicket, and she got a gift from the full toss, and she managed to hit it all the way for a four. Good strike by the skipper, by the number two. This time towards the offside, and it was the point fielder was present. They managed to take another single. On strike is Hinase Goto. Well, Venu Kumar did pick up a good wicket in her first over. She's still trying to find it's in the air. Will this be taken? Oh, there was a clatter in between the Singapore players, but they have managed to take the wicket. It's Hinase Goto who travels back, and once again Vinu Kumar coming big for Singapore. Well, the collision could have caused something terrible for Singapore, but they were grateful that the ball didn't slip from her hands, and they have picked the third wicket against Japan. And new batsman coming in to partner up with the skipper Mai Yanagide, who have been present on the crease for quite a long time and is still standing strong. But Singapore here deserves credit. They have picked up another wicket. And will they slow down the Japan side, or will the Japan team progress in the same way? Only time will tell. But we have got a left-handed batter now. And here comes Venu Kumar to the new batter. And she hits it towards the offside, but there's a fielder there who will catch it simply. This will be the final ball of the 11th over. Mai Yanagida standing and be facing Venu Kumar for the final delivery. Uh, Japan at this point of time growing slowly and steadily. Singapore are trying to constrain them, trying to restrict them to a low target. Let's see how far will this Japan side reach? But that is it. That brings us to the end of the 11th over. Japan did lose a wicket. It was Hinase Goto who got caught out. But here comes the new batsman. Well, Singapore are bringing in a new bowler now. It is Johanna. Well, she has already delivered 2 overs. This is her third over. And she's coming back after a long time. She's appealing for an LBW, but Kurumiota managed to take a single. On strike is Maya Nagida, who is close, reaching her 50 runs. We are 67 runs in the game for Japan, 12th over going on. Straight once again for Yanagida, but this will be towards the fielder. It's in the air. Will it travel all the way? No, it won't. Seems like Singapore have shifted their fielders behind. Let's see whether it can be fruitful for the side. Kurumiota back on strike for Japan. Good spin by Johanna. Two more deliveries left to go. Johanna to Ota. Nothing will come out of it. Final ball of the 12th over. Good spin inside. But that brings us to the end of the 12th over as well. Japan 68 with 3 wicket down. Ishita Shukla to deliver her second over. And it is Maya Nagida on strike. And she hits it towards the offside. Good fielding there by the Singapore fielder to deny the Japan skipper in adding a boundary to her tally. This time it has hit it, but again, fielder present for Singapore. Now they are trying to restrict this Japan side from hitting those boundaries, especially Maya Nagida. Well, she is close in reaching to her 50, and once she reaches it, expect that we'll see some boundaries from the skipper when she feels that the score is settled and that Singapore will find it tough. Because in the second innings, as we saw, they managed to make 76. So far, Japan still have to create more runs so that Singapore will not be able to catch them up in the second innings. But here they are having it hit with the cut, but it will just be a single. On strike is Yanagida. And once again, it's hit a bit behind, but they will manage to add two more runs here. The Japan side. One of the most flawless thing and noticeable thing for this Japan side is how they have managed to add those singles and those doubles in between the wickets. They are not wasting any time and they just want those doubles. Even if they get a chance for a triple, they will take it. And that is the kind of hunger any team should have. And Japan are displaying it quite well. Here comes a cut shot. Will it travel all the way? The fielder is scampering for it and will get there. Once again, it is two more runs added on for Japan. We have got the final delivery of the 13th over left. This is the final ball of the 13th over, and she hits it behind for a four. And this time she gets the boundary in the final ball of this over. And Japan now 78 for 3, and Yanagida herself at 47. And she's very close in reaching her half century. What a great strike that was by Yanagida. And that brings us to the end of the 13th over. There are 7 more overs left to go. And it will be Ota who will be on strike for Japan. Vinu Kumar coming back again. She has already picked up 2 wickets of Japan. The ball travels out. Will it go all the way? No, it won't. Fielder successfully chases it. And they managed to add 2 more runs here. Back again on strike is Ota. Well, Vinu Kumar has been the most successful bowler so far for Singapore, having picked 2 wickets, and she will look to add more in her remaining 2 overs that she have. She's already delivered 2 balls of this over. Well, Japan will definitely be targeting 100, more than 100. They will be targeting at least 120 to 130, and that will make life difficult for the Singapore side in the second innings because reaching that target, well, they can reach, but it will be tough for them considering their performance in the first and the second T20 internationals that happened on the 1st and 2nd of October. Hit towards the leg side by Ota, and it will just be a single. Back again on strike is Yanagida, who needs 4 more runs to reach her half century. And here comes Vinukumar to Yanagida, and she defends it well. Final ball now of the 14th over. It is straight, and they will manage to take a single. Good running once again by the skipper. And that brings us to the end of the 14th over. She will take the strike once again in the start of the 15th over. But Japan, after 14 overs, are 82 for 3. Divya back to bowl. This is the third over. Yanakida. Oh! Well, Divya have picked the big shark. Yanagida travels back at 48, and it is quite unfortunate that she couldn't reach to her half century. And that was indeed a great ball by Divya in a third over of this innings. And the skipper, Mai Yanagida, departs for 48. And this is definitely a big wicket for Singapore in this fixture. She tried to hit it towards the leg side. Her posture seemed like that, but the ball just passed in between and hit the stumps. It's 82 for 4 for Japan. And let's see what the new batters have got in store. It is Chandil, Ahilya Chandil, the number 10, coming to bat here. Let's see if the stability Mai Yanagida provided to this Japan side, will it vanish or will it still stay intact? Will these two, Ota and Chandil, provide the same? But what a great spin that was by Divya. And she will try to replicate and emulate the same in the second ball also. But it is well defended by Chandil. Third delivery. Once again defended by Chandil. And just like I mentioned previously, that Ahilya Chandil is one of the top prospects in the Japan cricket team. And let's see whether she can take the score forward along with Ota, who is also a bright star in the team. It's in the air. Will it be taken? Oh, she tried for a single handed catch, but was it by the bat or was it by the pads? But, anyways, it's saved for Chandil. There are two more deliveries left to go until we reach the 15th over mark. There will only be five more overs left to go for Japan to add more runs in their favor. Well, this can be a maiden over for Singapore. Japan won't want that. Let's see if they can scrape a run in the final ball of the 15th over. And she hits it straight and they take a single. Will that go all the way for a four? They are once again going for the two runs and they manage to get two. It is not a maiden over, but only two runs from this one. End of the 15th over, Japan 84 for 4. A big wicket in this over taken by Divya. And it was Mai Yanagida who departed for 48. But at this point of time, Japan still have 6 wickets in their hand and have got 5 more overs. That is 30 more balls for them to create a favorable target. Will they be able to do that? Only time will tell. Well, 84 is also a good score because, as I have already mentioned previously, that Singapore will have difficulties chasing down this target. Ota on strike. This is the final over of Vinu Kumar, who has done brilliantly in this innings. She has picked two wickets and have given just 18 runs. What will she do in the final over? It's a wide in the first ball. Once again, it's a wide. Two wides in a row by Vinukumar. It's three wides in a row by Vinukumar. Well, she's trying variations here, but she will try to deliver this one straight. Let's see what she has got in mind now. And she comes forward, Ota, and try to hit it on the full toss, but it will just be a single. On strike is Ahilya Chandel. Oh, that was close. It just glide past the white line, and it's a dot ball. And this one's once again travels for a wide. It is she's trying for a spin there, especially a leg spin, but it's not just working out. It's a straight, and this one's gone for a dot yet again. A good spin that was by Kumar, and it goes for yet another dot. Two more deliveries left to go in the 16th over, and the number 10 from Japan is facing some hurdles at this point of time. Tries to hit it behind. Is there a fielder there? But they managed to add a double once again. Now it's the final ball of the 16th over. So that brings us to the end of the 16th over. Japan 91 for 4, and have got 4 more overs. Let's see how they progress forward in the last 4 overs of the first innings. Charlotte Boyle to deliver her third over. We are in the death overs of the first innings, and they are bringing in a pacer yet again. Oh, that was close. Goes in between the pads and the bat. First ball goes in for a dot by Charlotte Boyle. Here comes the second delivery of the 17th. And it's hit in the air. Will it be taken? Yes, it will be. It's a great catch by Soumya Pumi. I'm sorry, it's by Devika. And Devika picks up Ota's wicket. She has to depart for 6. And it was a good catch by Devika. And once again, Ota departs. It's 91 for 5 for Japan. They have a target in mind. They have to reach the 100 runs mark. But Charlotte Boyle have picked up another wicket. Kurumiota gone for 6. And it is the new batter, Morita Reno coming in. Third delivery of the 17th over. Morita, the new batter, to ply her trade in the final overs of this innings. She just managed to defend it as it travels behind. Well, we are seeing a lot of left-handed batters now for this Japan side. Starting ones were all right-handed batters, and now all three of them, Ota, Chandil, and Morita, left-handed for this side. Once again defended by Morita. Two more deliveries left to go of the 17th over. Morita at this point of time trying to settle in this first innings. We are in the final ball of the 17th over. This is Boyle's penultimate over. And the final ball hit straight. It's a maiden over. The first maiden over in favor of Singapore. And it was Charlotte Boyle who has picked up a wicket as well. Morita and Chandil on the crease for Japan, as after 17th over Japan are 91 for 5. Johanna with her final over of this innings. She has already picked one wicket. It travels for a wide, and the first ball is an extra by Purnakarai. Good spin, but the batters couldn't take a single. Gone for a dot yet again. Hits it behind, and there is a fine leg fielder there. But they managed to take 2 runs here, and two more added on in the Japan tally. They're 94 at this point of time. Well, Japan would at least want the Singapore side to chase 110, 120. It's in the air, and will it be taken or will it travel all the way? It will travel all the way. It is hit by Ahilya Chandil towards the leg side, and it was a dipping shot by Ahilya Chandil, and she gets a boundary. 98 for Japan. and a good shot hit by Ahilya. It's, it's just a single from this ball. Two more deliveries left to go of the 18th over. And Japan are 99. They just need one more run to reach the 100 runs mark. This will be the first time in the T20 series between Japan and Singapore that the team will reach a total score of 100. So that is it. End of the 18th over. Japan, with 5 wicket down, are at 99 runs. They need one more run to secure the 100 run mark. Charlotte Boyle to deliver her final over. It goes for a wide as the umpire signals the first ball yet again for a wide by Boyle. And they have reached the 100 run mark thanks to that extra. And they have secured the 100 runs. Oh, it's a good catch. It's an excellent catch by the fielder. And Ahilya Chandil departs for 11. And Japan lose yet another wicket. It is 100 for 6. As soon as they touched the 100 run mark, they have lost their sixth wicket. Ahilya Chandil tried to hit it towards the offside, but it was the cover fielder who made sure she couldn't. But still, it is a commendable scoreline for Japan, 100 runs, and they have still got 11 more balls left. Let's see which batter has come in to partner alongside Morita. Here comes Charlotte Boyle. It's hit towards the offside, and it is with great power as well. There are three players charging it down, and they managed to get it. It is Sika Sumi, their number one, who have come alongside Morita. Sumi back on strike. Tries to pick it up this time towards the leg side, but it's towards the mid wicket and the player was there. Just be a single. It is Morita back on strike. Once again towards the offside. They are trying to get those 2 runs here, and they successfully managed to do so as well. 105 for Japan, and there is 2 more deliveries left of this penultimate over of Singapore. Final ball of the penultimate over, and it goes towards the wicket keeper. So that brings us to the end of the 19th over. Japan have managed to make 106 runs so far, and they have just got 6 more deliveries left to go to add something more to it. So, final over. Let's see who is the bowler to deliver the ultimatum of the first innings. Well, this is the game number 3 in between Singapore and Japan, and if Japan win it, they will win the series as well. So, lot at stake for Singapore if they want to win or give a tough fight to Japan in this series. They have to win this one. Well, Divya is delivering the final over and a well fielding as well to prevent the first ball from traveling straight. Second delivery by Divya. She comes forward in order to find it, but it reaches towards the fielder. Johanna throws it quickly. They have just managed to take a single. 107 now for Japan. Sumi on strike for Japan against Divya. Good shot, this one towards the offside, and it did cross the first fielder, but couldn't do exactly the same forward. It is just going to be another single for Japan. 3 more deliveries left to go for Singapore. They managed to take a single. It was already a run forward, but yes, it will just be another single. Two more deliveries left to go in the final over of the first innings. It is Sumi on strike. Hits it straight. The fielder scampering for it and manages to reach it. It will be two more runs for the team. Final ball of the innings. Final ball of the first innings by Singapore. Let's see what Japan can do in the final ball. It is Sumi on strike. She will look to hit it for a boundary to finish the innings on a positive note. And Divya will try to restrict it. But it goes behind towards the wicket keeper. And that is it. That is the end of the first innings. And Japan have managed to make 111 with 6 wickets down. And they have given Singapore a target of 112 to chase. Well, it's all up to Singapore as to how they will catch onto this Japan target, because in the first two T20 internationals, Singapore couldn't manage to do so. But this is a new game, and let's see what Singapore have got in store in the second innings. 112 for the team. This is the batting by Japan. Akari Nishimura gone for four. Their captain Mai Yanagida scored 48 runs. Was it is the best in this inning so far. Hinase Goto gone for one. Shimako Kato 18. Ayla Chandil for 11. Kurumiota made 6, and then the other two batsmen. The two best bowlers for Singapore have been Charlotte Boyle and Vinu Kumar, both taking 2 wickets each, and then Johanna and Divya picked one each. Fall of wickets started for 11, and the final wicket was on 100 as they picked up the sixth wicket with an extra of 12. So it was 111 and 112 for Singapore to chase. If Singapore failed to register a victory here, they will lose the series as well. So that is it from the first innings. I'm your commentator Tavares Warsi, and I will join you in the second innings as well. So do stay tuned on the Japan Cricket Association YouTube channel, and do follow the GCS socials as well: the Twitter, their Facebook, their Instagram, and their YouTube page on which you are watching this game. So we'll meet in the second innings. Let's see whether Singapore have got something special to defeat Japan, or will it be Japan to register their third victory in this T20 internationals against Singapore. So we are all set for the second innings of the game 3 between Japan and Singapore. And Singapore need 112 runs to win from 120 balls as they will be plying their trade against this Japan bowlers who have done pretty well in the first innings and will look to restrain this Singapore side before they reach the 112 run mark. So let's see whether Singapore can reach to the target, or will it be Japan who will register their third victory and will win the series? Here is the first delivery by Shimako Kato, and it goes for a wide. The first delivery is a wide. Well, if you have just joined us, don't forget to follow the JCA socials, the Twitter account, the Facebook, Instagram, and the YouTube account. It's talking about Japan cricket. It's rising and it's soaring high, and they want to become the next big thing in cricket, and they are on their way as well. Guru Singh and Divya are the ones who have opened up for Singapore. Well, if we talk about international pathways in the Japan cricket, if we talk about the ICC World Cup, it is, since it is part of the East Asia Pacific region. For the men, it is sub-regional qualifier that leads into the regional final. Then it comes World Cup, men second in 2023 regional final. If we talk about women, regional event leads into global qualifier, then World Cup, women fourth in 2023 regional qualifier. That shows the quality that they have. If we talk about under 19, regional qualifier gives direct access to World Cup, and boys, the Japan boys, second in 2023 regional qualifier behind New Zealand, and they qualified for the 2020 World Cup. There is the ACC Challenger Cup that leads into Premier Cup, then Asia Cup. The men finished fourth in 2024 Challenger Cup of Japan. Women and under 19 only had Premier Cups in 2023-24, and women made it to the quarterfinals of the 2024 Premier Cup. The under 19s finished third in 2023 Premier Cup and qualified for Asia Cup. Under 19s will play Asia Cup again in 2024. Dates to be known. We talk about East Asia Cup, men's and women's tournament featuring Japan, China, Hong Kong, and Korea. Men champions in 2018, second in 2024. It happens every 2 years, and women third in 2023. This happens every year. So that is the international pathways and the achievements of the Japan cricket so far. They will likely be one of the force to reckon with in the World Cup. We have already seen them how they have grown in different sports. If we talk about football, they have grown quite a lot. Now they want to emulate the same in cricket as well, and they have got the passion and the hunger as well. We have already seen that, and their game against Singapore has been one to notice. Two more deliveries in the first over left. Hits it behind towards the fine leg, and it will just be another single. So final ball of the first over. And here comes Kato, and the ball is hit behind yet again, and they will just manage to add another one. So that brings us to the end of the first over. and Singapore 5 for no loss. We'll continue in this same path. We'll continue till there are more 19 overs left for Singapore to chase the 112 run mark. I'm your commentator Tavares Warsi, and I will be with you throughout this innings as well. We'll discuss each and every nuance of the game because Japan have given a good score to Singapore and they will need something special to chase it down. It is Nonoha Yasumoto to deliver the second over, and on strike is Guru Singh. Hits it on the pads, and she's appealing for LBW, but the umpire says no. Here comes the second delivery by Yasumoto to Guru Singh. And this time it is hit towards the leg side. Ball still traveling, but the Japan fielders make sure to get there. And they will add just 2 runs more in the tally, the Singapore side. Guru Singh is still on strike. And here comes Yasumoto. Goes towards the gully fielder. And it is just a dot ball. Here comes Yasumoto to Guru Singh towards the leg side, and the fielder is getting there. It's Kurumiyota who gets there first and collects the ball. On strike is Divya now. Two more deliveries left to go in the second over. Here comes Yasumoto to Divya. And she tried to hit it towards the offside, but it went towards the leg side. Final ball of the second over here. Yasumoto to Divya. This time she tries to pick it up, but good fielding there by the Japan fielders to deny them from making that run. That brings us to the end of the second over, and Singapore are 8 for no loss. Well, the game is halted a bit. The umpires are having some word with the Singapore number 19, Divya. Seems like she is discussing something with the staff and having some word with them. And she's back again, putting on the helmet. She will continue as it seems. And she's batting up and all set for continuing in this fixture. And we are in the third over now. It is Kato to Divya. Placed well and it is defended well. Here is the second delivery. Kato to Divya. Once again, well defended by Divya. Well, Singapore will try to take it a bit slow because if they can protect their wickets, then they can reach the target as well. Tried for a cut, but it reaches to the field. Another dot ball coming in. Three more deliveries left to go in the third over. Kato to Divya. Good front foot defense to defend it. And once again, it's a dot ball for Singapore. Well placed, and it is another dot coming in here for Singapore. They are not letting the Singapore side have those single runs as well, this Japan side. Again, a good fielding, and that brings us to the end of the third over. It is Singapore 9 for no loss. Back again to bowl is Yasumoto to Guru Singh. Oh, is that a run out? They are appealing for it. But the umpire says no. First ball, and it was just a single. It is Divya on strike. Good bowling. Good bowling by Yasumoto. And Divya just leaves the ball. Once again defended by Divya. Fourth delivery of the fourth over. It's pushed over, but it's once again the compact fielding by Japan, and they are not letting Singapore have any chance to take those singles. And Singapore finding a bit of a struggle at this point of time. Excellent bowling yet again, this time straight towards the bat, and once again forced Divya to defend it just. This is the final ball of the fourth over. Well, it seems like Singapore will have to face this type of hurdle throughout this innings because the way Japan bowlers are bowling at this point of time, they have a strategy and they have got their fielders so close, they are not letting Singapore have any opportunity to take or hit those boundaries during the power play. We are at the end of the fourth over, and Singapore have just managed to accumulate 10 runs so far. Let's see which bowler has Japan picked this time. It is Elena who is going to ply her trade. Well, the first ball once again a dot one for Singapore, and the way Japan have managed to constrain this Singapore side, and now they are trying to take that single, and it's a wicket. It's the first wicket for Japan. It's an excellent throw, and they have picked their first wicket, and it's a run out. Well, they were becoming impatient in taking that single, and they had to take that risk, but it just got a bit more risky, and Singapore lose their first wicket for 10. And in the fifth over, the start of the fifth over, and this is difficult for Singapore. The first over was good. After that, Japan, with that excellent fielding and not letting Singapore have any chance in taking those singles, those doubles, and now they have picked the wicket as well. It was Guru Singh who departed. Divya is still on the crease alongside the new batter from Singapore. It is Vinu Kumar who, with the ball, picked two wickets. Now let's see what she can do with the bat in her hands. Oh, it goes behind, a slight touch as it went beyond the wicketkeeper, but not all the way, as the fine leg fielder made sure to collect it. It will just be another single coming in here. Divya back on strike for Singapore. Elena coming in to deliver a fourth ball in this over, and it's once again defended by Divya. Well fielding, good fielding, and they're once again stopping those singles for Singapore. Final ball of the fifth over here, and to be honest, Singapore need to fasten up a bit because it's been 5 overs and they are still at 11. Should I say 12? It is Singapore 12 for 1 after 5 overs. Yasumoto back again to deliver the end of the power play over. Well, Singapore still at 12, looking to get those boundaries, looking to get and accumulate as much runs as possible. But Japan's fielding have been top notch and not providing them the angle to find those boundaries, and their bowling as well has been exceptional so far. Bowling by Yasumoto, and it was straight towards the pads, and she had to defend it, force her to defend it. Here comes the third delivery of the over, and it hits a pad, and she's appealing for LBW, but the umpire says no once again. Three more deliveries, and this time it is hit towards the offside, towards the mid off, and this can get for a maiden over for Japan. Two more deliveries left to go. Hit this time towards the offside, and will that travel for a four? This can be the first boundary. Yes, it will be. And Vinu Kumar gets the first boundary for Singapore. Hit in between the cover and the extra cover. And the ball went all the way, traveling and traveling to get that boundary for Singapore. An important four more runs for this side, who have struggled to gather runs, and now they have got a boundary. Good finish by Vinu. And final ball of the sixth over here. This time it is hit towards the fine leg, and will that travel all the way? No, the fielder gets there first, and they will manage to add two more runs. That brings us to the end of the power play of the second innings, and Singapore are 18 for 1. Elena back again to deliver the first ball, and it goes straight in the hands of the fielder. And that was the wicket. And Singapore lose their second wicket now in the first ball by Elena. Well, that is another important wicket for Japan. And now Divya, who has departed, is being replaced by a new batsman. Let's see what these two can do against this strong Japan side. second delivery of the seventh over. This time a full toss, but it goes towards the leg side. Elena to Ramesh. Well, Ramesh is the new batter for Singapore. Let's see what she can do alongside Kumar in this fixture. Fourth delivery here, and once again it's in the air, but this time it goes beyond the fielder. Will it go for the boundary? The ball's still traveling, but the fielders get there, and it is Alia Chandel who throws it. Well, they will add some runs here, the Singapore side, as they reach the 20-run mark. Final ball of the seventh over, and it goes in the hands of the wicket keeper. So that brings us to the end of the seventh over, and Singapore have lost two wickets and have managed to gather 20 runs. And now it is Ahilya Chandel, the number 10, coming to bowl against Kumar and Ramesh. First ball of the eighth over, and it is hit towards the offside. Fielders are trying to chase it down, and they get there. Two more runs added on for Singapore. Second delivery, and there is a cut behind. It goes towards the third man, and it will just be another single coming in here for Singapore. And it's in the air. Will it be taken? Oh, she drops it. It is dropped by the Japan number 18, Elena. But that could have been another wicket for Japan. They missed the chance, but still they have so far controlled Singapore. Once again hit towards the third man, and it will just be another single Well, Mai Yanagida are is having a word with the bowlers every now and then. Once again, hit behind and towards the third man yet again. This is the final ball of the first over for Ahilya Chandel. Let's see if she can do something extraordinary. It's hit straight, and that brings us to the end of the eighth over. And it is Singapore 26 for 2. Elena yet again to Ramesh. Tries to hit it, but it gets towards the leg side. It will just be another single. It's again hit towards the leg side. This time it travels towards the square leg, and the field is there. It will just be again 1 run for Singapore. It's a straight back to Elena. Well, the bowling has been so powerful for Japan. They have completely caught Singapore under their web and are not letting Singapore have any chance to hit that boundary. They have just managed to hit one boundary so far, and now she has hit it. Will this go all the way? No, the fielder gets there first. They will add 2 more runs, this Singapore side, and will make it 30 for themselves. Was behind, and this will be an extra for Singapore. Hit it between the fielders, but it goes towards the point fielder. It's a cut, and that brings us to the end of the ninth over, and it is Singapore 32 for 2. The ball goes for a wide. Alia Chandil delivering her second over. Oh, it just passed by and couldn't hit the stumps. Just glides past in between the pad and the bat. And that was kind of lucky for the Singapore batter Ramesh. Hit once again in between, and the fielder will get there. Just another single. It's 35 now for Singapore. Kumar and Ramesh standing on the crease, brewing up some partnership. And this time it will go for a four. Excellent boundary by Ramesh. And the fielder just couldn't get to it. Very well struck by Ramesh. And it went beyond the fielders and reached the limit. 39 for Singapore. Two more deliveries until we reach half of the second innings. Good delivery this by Alia Chandil, and bringing in just a dot. Final ball of the 10th over. And it's up in the air. Oh, the fielder. It passes just by the fielder, and that brings us to the end of the 10th over. And it's Singapore 40 for 2.